Good afternoon, and thank you everyone for joining today. If I did not have the opportunity to meet you during our previous pitch meeting, my name is Sydney Kneller, and I am the project lead at Seamless Consulting. My team is thrilled to be moving forward with this partnership to collaboratively develop a successful content creators program. Our project will begin today with a kickoff meeting where we'll review roles, responsibilities, and other objectives we would like to target throughout the duration of this implementation. For today's agenda, we will review an introduction including bios, roles and responsibilities, and our firm's value proposition, the project scope, objectives, and deliverables, the project timeline, including key milestones, roles and responsibilities from both teams, potential risks and challenges, as well as mitigation strategies. And then finally, we'll close out with an opportunity for Q&A and discuss next steps at the end. All right, to start us off, I want to go around the group and provide everyone the chance to introduce themselves and provide a bit of background about their roles. I can start us off here. Like I said, my name is Sydney, and I'm currently a project lead at Seamless Consulting. In this role, I am responsible for streamlining operations, fostering collaboration across teams, and offering organizational strategies and mentorship to help clients such as yourself solve problems and meet objectives. I also have an extensive background in the technology industry, working with organizations to analyze data, drive process improvements, and identify opportunities to capitalize upon. Prior to my role as a project lead here, I have experience with providing consultation services at large tech companies on wide-scale technological programs, such as electronic health record implementations for clients such as the U.S.'s largest healthcare system or the Veterans Health Administration and other large health systems in an effort to increase revenues and success. I also specialize in change management tactics and communication strategies during implementations to ensure a smooth transition as a project lead. And I would be responsible here to ensure strategic deliverables are met, resources are managed, and the timeline is followed. From my team, we also have Alex Morales and Naveed Pejman, who are my secondary and tertiary project leads. Alex will be assisting me with reports across parties and ensuring action items are adhered to once the project plan is finalized. She's an expert in identifying areas of opportunities, crafting recommendations to combat issues, and marketing and branding identity development. And Naveed will focus on the data analysis and will work with Alex to understand that data to create informed recommendations to help solve for our objectives. He excels at leading with a data-driven approach while exhibiting socially responsible corporate behavior and has experience with marketing and content creation as well. Now I wanted to turn it over to your team to provide an opportunity to introduce yourselves and provide background of your roles. All right, thank you everyone for sharing so that we can get to know a little bit more about each other before diving into this project. We touched a little bit about the roles and responsibilities that my team will have throughout this project. However, I also wanted to mention that it'll be important to have your team's engagement as well to make sure this project is successful. I won't spend too much time on the resourcing for today, just for time's sake. However, I do plan to send out a resourcing guide after this meeting, which will break down the requested roles recommended for collaboration on this project, as well as their responsibilities and projected allocations. At a high level, we recommend representation from marketing, HR, recruiting, management, operations, and finance, as well as product subject matter experts, individuals who can support change management processes, project managers, and a project sponsor. We also plan to include customer input pre and post implementation in the data collection and evaluation process to determine success, lessons learned, and other elements as well. I quickly want to highlight our organization, Seamless Consulting, which offers technology giants in the industry a team-focused, data-driven, and market-forward vision for success. The firm's focus on content creation programs and marketing toward advancing markets is streamlined by efforts of collaborative communication, relationship management, mentorship, and training development. Through a partnership with Seamless Consulting, you can expect to work with professionals that have a track record of success and have shown longstanding trust with former partners that have resulted in measurable and consistent growth. We believe our values align with your organization's values and that we can partner to meet your objectives based on the skill sets offered. So with that being said, let's take a deeper look into what our proposal and project plan looks like. The problem we want to address with our services target marketing and promotion of your consumer products via the Consumer Content Creators Program. So in order to combat this, our team will offer data-driven recommendations and support your implementation of an enhanced program measured by pre and post evaluations. I understand your objectives to be improvement upon the content creator program by nurturing and growing content creator relationships, identifying opportunities to expand brand impact across consumer products, establishing a global systematic and scalable approach for identifying next-gen creators through the content creators program, fostered by authentic engagement, and then also defining and demonstrating ROI creators' engagement and being in alignment with your company's values. Based on the scope and objectives outlined, there are deliverables we would like to define to mirror these goals that I have just mentioned. So our initial deliverable plan will be to assess the current data to identify preliminary recommendations. Based on those opportunities and recommendations, we will implement efforts to nurture and grow the company's content creator relationships and successes, ultimately increasing the effectiveness of the consumer creators program. As part of those efforts, we will also define and demonstrate ROI of creators' engagement, and to quantifiably measure the program's effectiveness, we will reevaluate the data to determine the brand impact across consumer products compared to the baseline. Based on these deliverables, our goal is to lead the consumer content creators program to a successful state where consumer products are better promoted and gained increased exposure, which will be measured by quantitative and qualitative data to make those data-driven informed determinations of effectiveness and success. Next, let's talk about the key milestones and accompanying timeline it will take to get here. Our contracting phase has been completed and our kickoff and planning are currently in progress. Once that's wrapped up today, we are looking at about a 6-month project where we'll start with data collection and data analysis by utilizing a document analysis and direct observation discovery methodologies. It will take about 1.5 months to effectively collect that data and analyze it in order to then make data-driven proposals and recommendations to your team to improve the content creators program, subsequently increasing product exposure and sales. We will take about 2 weeks to present and discuss these potential options while allowing your team to take time to decide which you feel is most suitable for your organization based on our research. And then we will have your organization implement the desired course of action while we offer you support through this transition for about a month. After implementation, it will be important for our team to continue collecting data for about 2 months so we can compare our baseline to our results just to ensure success. Finally, we will offer maintenance training to ensure these strategies can be sustained within your organization over time. I will also note that this is a projected timeline and is certainly subject to change if project deadlines are not upheld and/or if project scope changes. As with any project, there are potential risks and challenges that could be encountered. However, it's important to ensure we are proactive with our mitigation strategies should any of these arise throughout our implementation. Some challenges that may be encountered would be resistance of staff to change. However, those can be prevented or managed via our change management tactics. We would like to ensure strong communication strategies via a top-down approach through the organization as this project progresses as well. Additionally, another challenge will be ensuring that our team has the appropriate access to pertinent evaluation data to measure the program's baseline versus success metrics. After this meeting today, we will plan to send out a template of the information that would be most beneficial for us to collect as part of this project, and we'll look for your sign-off of that data. That way, if there are elements of the data not agreed to, we can plan to address alternative solutions ahead of time. It is also important to note that if any additional scope is added during the duration of our project, the project timeline is subject to change. So please keep us informed of any evolving requests for additional scope so that we can appropriately adjust as needed. Finally, in the unlikely event that the implementation is not successful, or in other words, there is no statistical significance of positive product promotion and exposure after the content creators program uplift, we would reevaluate a second time with more data to suggest alternative recommendations. This brings us to next steps necessary to move forward with this project. First, once we send out the resourcing guide, we would like you to connect internally and resource the appropriate team members based on our recommendations. We need to ensure a stable time commitment from the team to ensure deliverables can be accomplished, so I will also set up a weekly sync for us to continually check in on progress. I will also get the proposed data template sent out for your approval for access to this requested data, so once that's complete, we can begin our data analysis. Please let me know if you have any requested scope changes throughout the duration of this project, and then finally start brainstorming ways you would like to support this change internally. We would like to ensure, like I said, a top-down communication strategy as well as any applicable training or awareness to staff, but you as leaders in your organization know your organization best. So please help us collaborate on those change management tactics and communication strategies. That brings us to our final slide for today. Are there any questions or additional considerations from the group before we close out? All right, sounds great. I will get these slides and recordings sent out as well as the resource guide and data template to the group. I will also get that weekly meeting series sent out as well so we can regroup again next week. Otherwise, thank you for your time and engagement today. I look forward to working with you all as we progress through this project. We'll talk soon.